Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, and if you've been around the channel for a while, or you're a fan of Modern Warfare and Call of Duty, you would know that Tuesday is update day for Call of Duty. So as always, in today's video, we are going to be going over everything that actually changed in today's update. And it's an interesting one because, generally speaking, the week after a season update, like last week we had the update for Season 4, which was a 30 gigabyte download, or even bigger if you were on Xbox or PC. Generally speaking, the week after is a relatively small update, like basically nothing changes. But that's actually not the case this week because Season 4 was actually delayed by a week. So it seems like they're kind of trying to get caught up by adding in a little extra bigger of an update this week. So as always with Tuesday videos, we are going to go over everything that came in today's update via playlist, multiplayer, Warzone, and the store. On top of that, we are going to go over everything that is going to be changing in the next little while. And on top of that, talking about some things that definitely do need to change in the game as well. And later on, I'm going to ask your opinion on that as well. But first, let me shut up and let's just dive into what actually did change in this update. Actually, before I shut up, real quick, I just wanted to let you guys know, as per usual, on most weekdays, I stream at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on Twitch. If you want to check out the live stream, as always, it is the first link down in the description. Today, we're going to be playing some Warzone, getting some high kill wins. So if you want to check that out, like I said, first link down in the description, and that will start around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully I see you there later tonight. So as far as a playlist update this week, we're going to start out with multiplayer. So first of all, Realism, Ground War, and Gunfight Blueprints once again return this week. On top of that, Warzone Rumble returns, which is essentially the 50v50 team deathmatch on random locations around Warzone. And also, oddly, Weekend Warfare is still here because I don't know if Activision knows what a weekend is.
The period from Friday evening through Sunday evening, especially regarded as a time for leisure.
And I don't know if you knew this, but today's Tuesday. But on top of that, we have the two new playlists that are here. First of all, One in the Chamber. So this one's brand new this week, and it is interesting because there are, first of all, some problems with it. As you can see here, the first time I played it, I actually spawned in without holding a weapon in my hand. Now, the more you play this, what you'll learn is that you actually spawn in with a random weapon every single time. It's not necessarily a pistol or a revolver or a deagle or anything like that. It can be an LMG, it can be a sniper, it can be an SMG, but it always has one bullet inside it. And in each of these games, you have 3 lives. And basically, your goal is to get as many kills as possible with that one bullet in those 3 lives. Now, there is a problem currently with this game mode, and that's a lot of the time when people use up their 3 lives, they just leave the game because they know that they're already going to lose. However, they have it so that people can still join the game after people leave. So basically, the game just never ends because more and more people keep joining with 3 lives, and who's ever alive just kind of stays alive and the game never ends, even though most of the lobby's actually dead. So hopefully they fix that and make it so that people can't join mid-game, but as of right now, this game mode is a little bit broken, but I think if they fix that, it could definitely be really fun. And then the final game mode in multiplayer is 3v3 gunfight snipers only. This one's pretty straightforward. It is 3v3 gunfight, but you are only able to use sniper rifles, which is fun for a lot of people. Personally, I just prefer 2v2 regular gunfight, but it's good to see them switch it up every once in a while. Then moving over to Warzone, things get a little bit more interesting, but strange at the same time, because we got 0 new playlists in Warzone today. We have solos, duos, trios, and quads, and then of course Warzone Rumble, as we talked about before, is the 50v50 mode. But you may notice when looking at this, there is absolutely no plunder on here. There's no blood money, there's no plunder, and as Infinity Ward told us today, they are bringing that back on Thursday with blood money. So that will be coming out on Thursday. We don't know a time period, whether it'll be middle of the day or first thing in the morning, we don't know. But here's the thing, Thursday, some other things are also changing in Warzone as well. If you actually go over to the challenges and then weekly challenges, you can see that in one day, 10 hours and 40 minutes, we are getting new weekly challenges for Warzone, which of course award XP. However, there is a rumor going around that every single Thursday, we are going to be getting new intel missions for Warzone as well, which I think is a beautiful idea. I really hope they do it. I had a lot of fun hunting down the first ones, and it'll also give us something new every single week that progresses the story of Warzone. So if that does happen, of course, I'll be keeping you guys up to date on that on Thursday, but as of right now, that is just a rumor. What we do know for sure, Plunder is coming back on Thursday to Warzone. As far as the store items go this week, honestly, I think we have one of the coolest bundles that we have seen so far. It is called the Wendigo, and honestly, the thing that really makes this bundle really fantastic is the Kruger skin. This is an amazing looking skin, and in fact, it's definitely going to be one of my favorites in the game. But there's more than just that. First of all, the two weapons that are in this, the Psychosis and the Evil Manifest, are two whited out versions of weapons. So the first one here, we have the Scar H. The second one, we have the Striker 45. Now, you may have noticed down in the bottom left there that these weapons have cryo dismemberment. And essentially what these are is you shoot frozen bullets, they freeze your enemies, and then they dismember your enemies, breaking off limbs that have frozen off. It is a pretty badass thing that we have never seen before in any weapons in this game, and honestly, I love to see something new like that. On top of that though, you don't just get that, you also get a new puppy called Sasquatch, which is a completely white puppy, looks absolutely awesome, and it's cool to see that they are continuing to add more and more dogs throughout the game, and this one, like I said, is called Sam Squanch.
It's Sam Squam Tricky.
On top of this, you get a new melee weapon called the Crevasse, which is an ice pick, kind of reminding me of Modern Warfare 2, the mission Cliffhanger. And then on top of this, you get your normal things like weapon charms, Kruger's voice quip, on top of that calling card, emblem, and spray. So all in all, one of my favorite bundles that has been in the game so far. I think it's cool that you get the cryo dismemberment, a new puppy, new melee weapon, and like I said, one of the best skins that we have seen so far. On top of this, the other bundle that's in there this week is called the Notice Me 3. This one's only 800 COD points, which is about $8 American. This one's called the Dream Dasher, once again for the Striker 45. Honestly, looking pretty damn cool, and there's a nice little, yeah, that thing right where your hand goes on the weapon. And on top of this, you get a weapon charm and sticker as well. So as far as today's update goes, that is pretty much everything in today's update. We got the new playlist update for multiplayer, basically nothing in Warzone, and on top of that, a bunch of new cool store items. I honestly think the best part of today's update is probably those store items. Now, I have a question for you guys revolving around the Season 4 thus far. So obviously with Season 4 last week, a lot of new stuff was added in, but the one thing that wasn't added in whatsoever or even touched was balance. There was no balancing of perks, weapons, RPGs, literally nothing. And as of right now, every night when I play Warzone, the one thing that is everywhere is the Grau. The Grau is basically in every player's hand, and it's really good. Straight up, it has really good damage, basically no recoil, and is incredibly easy to use, hence why everyone is using it. The question I have for you guys is, does it need to be nerfed? Personally, for me, I would like to see it nerfed just to see the meta of Warzone switch up a little bit. People would have to use different weapons, different attachments, and change the game a little bit. Personally, I like to see that every couple months. That way, the game isn't as boring for me, quite honestly, because for me, I'm sick of using the Grau. I'm trying to use other weapons, but no other weapon is quite as good as the Grau, so it's a little frustrating for me. So personally, I think the Grau needs to be nerfed. But my question for you guys is, what do you think? Do you want it to be nerfed? Would you rather just have other weapons buffed? What are your thoughts around that? The second thing I wanted to bring up is, as you may have noticed, at the launch of Season 4, there were very few map changes to Warzone. There were, of course, the changes with the events that happened mid-game, whether that be a fire sale, which, to be honest, I haven't seen one happen yet. On top of that, jailbreak, things along those lines, the helicopters coming in. That was cool, but personally, I would like to see some locations completely change on the map. Them to get rid of buildings fully, them to blow up downtown, to open up the stadium, things along those lines, and none of that has really happened. All they really did was add in a little bit of a train track throughout the middle of the map. That is pretty much all that has changed. So, are you guys getting bored, I guess is my question. Bored with the meta of the Grau being so good, bored with the map, bored with just the meta of the game as a whole? Are you getting bored with it? Do you like that it's kind of leveled out and it's kind of the same game every time? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I am going to be reading all of the comments on this video because more than anything, I have my opinion, but I'm really curious what you guys have to say about this one. The reason why I'm asking this today is because I think this is something that isn't just important to get my opinion on, but to get the opinion of the community as a whole. And so I'm asking, what do you guys think about this? What do you think of the Grau and the meta of the weapons in the game? And what do you think of the map as a whole? What needs to change and all of that? Let me know down in the comments. I am curious. But that's all I have to say today. Like I said, a rather small update, but an update nonetheless the week after the Season 4 update. As I said before, let me know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button. It does help out the channel. And if you want to stay up to date on all my videos, up to date on everything Modern Warfare, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. We are on the road to 1 million subs, and we are getting there fast. So be sure to hit that subscribe button to be a part of it. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for